Hey guys, welcome back to Electrical Car Repair Live. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video guys to any of you having a Hyundai Tucson. If you guys have a Hyundai Tucson and you want to know what are the symptoms of leaking fuel injector on multiple generation years and engine of gasoline engines of Hyundai Tucson, stay with us, we'll explain that today. Now, driving with a leaking fuel injector can destroy your engine to the point that you may need new engine, and stay with us, we'll explain why, because most of you may not think about that, but you may completely destroy your engine if you have a leaking fuel injector. So let me introduce you to the channel quick guys. Every single car we get at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. We take them completely apart and we show you how to fix pretty much anything. Why we do that? Simply because our mission at the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Another thing, if you need to buy tools or parts for a really good price and quick shipping as well, you can check out the link in the description of the video below. That's where we get all our supplies and tools from. So right here guys, we have the 2.4 GDI engine. This is direct fuel injection engine, but if you have non-direct fuel injection engine, the procedure and symptoms of leaking fuel injectors are about the same. This is a fuel injector guys. Okay, right here the direct fuel injector is mounted on the cylinder head. Non-direct fuel injector, usually the MPI engine, is mounted okay on the intake manifold. So what is a leaking fuel injector? Okay, you may have a few different scenarios. One of them, it could be fuel injector that drips. Okay, instead of closing, it may not close all the way. If there is something mechanically wrong with it, it has contamination on the inside, it may be dripping a little bit more fuel, or it may stay open all the time, kind of like thing. So now what that will cause, if your injector is dripping fuel when it shouldn't be, okay, that can cause to have rich fuel mixture. The oxygen sensor in the exhaust manifold right here is going to detect that you have rich fuel mixture, because the purpose of the upstream oxygen sensor is to detect how much fuel and oxygen you still have in the exhaust system, and it can find out if you have rich or lean fuel mixture. That rich fuel mixture means that your engine will be using more fuel, it will not be efficient, it will not meet emissions guys, and you'll be just wasting fuel. Number two, that extra fuel, okay, when you stop the engine, that injector will have fuel pressure in the fuel rail, and that fuel will end up in the cylinder. Around the piston rings, it will make its way in the engine oil. So pull the dipstick and smell the engine oil. If it smells like gasoline, it's very likely that you have a leaking fuel injector. Also, let's say you filled up the engine oil to the full mark, and then after driving it and you have a leaking fuel injector, it will the oil level will increase instead of okay staying the same or decreasing. So you may have too much oil on the dipstick. It's very likely you have a bad leaking fuel injector. Now another thing, if that fuel injector guys, okay, is leaking too much, it can make the spark plug wet, and that can cause misfire. Let's say cylinder number 3 fuel injector is leaking, that can make the spark plug wet, and cylinder number 3 may have misfire, and you may have code such as P0303, which relates to misfire on cylinder number 3. Usually the last digit of the 30 code relates to the cylinder number. And what else? Let's say it's leaking bad, you stop the car, you don't drive it for a while, for a few hours, days. That injector is just dripping fuel in the engine, and if you have really good compression, the engine is not wore out, piston rings are holding good, okay, that fuel may not leak fast enough around the piston rings, you will have fuel in the cylinder, and when you try to start the car, the piston will try to go up to compress the fuel mixture, but fluid doesn't compress as easy as air, and as a result you may bend connecting rod and practically destroy your engine. And that will happen to this one on cylinder number 1. We have a video, we'll be taking it apart. It snapped the connecting rod in two practically because of that guys. So those are some of the most common things that we see here at the garage. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next time.